Low-tech video. American in distress. That's me. That's my helmet. If you look real close, it's got my name on there, and it says "Meat is Murder." It's back when we had the helmets that identified the American troop anywhere in the world. Now they got those Nazi helmets, and everybody looks like a Nazi. But anyway, history. That's what I'm going to go into here. I'm nothing fancy because I'm holding this with my hand and trying to do the computer thing at the same time. I have a very old computer. Okay, so I got to kind of look at this. I want to bring up this map of the Middle East. Now, this is my prophecy video. Okay, I think I know what's going to happen here. Now, let me get something to point with. I got to make this fast. I only got 15 minutes. Here, a pencil. Okay. Now, we're having all these problems in Iraq right now. Here, Iraq. Now, these guys have been training in Syria. These IS people. Ooh, that's scary. Them ISs. This is people. They're scary. But they've been training over here in Israel. In Syria, supposedly. And I figure we have probably 100 at least satellites in this area watching this every inch of this ground. We can go down here in Yemen and we can bomb the shit out of people in Oman, and we can bomb the shit out of people with drones, and and we can strike within a couple meters of them. And this is because we have satellite technology. But we couldn't see a bunch of rebels up here, a huge army of them trained in Syria that came down to Iraq. Now they stopped over here in Mosul up here. This is where all the oil fields are and stuff, and so they probably have control of the oil field areas right now. But they also robbed a bank of $450 million, and that's really, they didn't care. That most people didn't care if they killed the shit out of each other, and they don't care about the Iraqi people. But when they stole the money, the bankers got involved. So now all of a sudden America's involved, and we got to go over there and send troops and battleships and everything else, right? Because they stole money from the bank. But we are accusing the ISIS folks, ooh, that's scary, of training over here in Syria. Now, this is going to give us a reason to go ahead and attack Syria with the blessings of Iran, more than likely. And Turkey, I got to tell you, is watching this very closely, because I have to get to that in a minute. But now they've taken 3 towns, these ISIS people who've been trained in Syria, and we had no idea what was going on because our intelligence is like the worst in the world. Now, this is what's going to happen. We got the Pope. I'm not going to bring a picture of the Pope right now, but we have the Pope. Well, first let's go into this. We have Lebanon here, who is basically the international community led by America, and Israel really doesn't even consider Lebanon a country anymore. And Syria is in chaos. We have, of course, the Sinai, and we have Egypt in chaos right now. And here's little Cyprus right here. They're just basically off the map. And in between Lebanon, right here, wait. In between Lebanon, Cyprus, and Israel here, and Syria, off the coast of Syria, we have the Leviathan oil fields. Now Cyprus said, they're kind of closer to our shores than Israel, and Lebanon said they're kind of closer to our shores than Israel, and Syria said, I kind of want a piece of that action. They're close to our shores, and we don't know how big this oil field actually is. We know it's big, and they've only tapped into a small portion of it. But Israel says, look, we claimed this maritime boundaries, and it's ours, and we're not giving it to anybody. And we see what happened to Cyprus, we see what happened to Lebanon, we see what happened to Syria. Okay, Jordan is just there because our troops are there. They've been there for a long time, getting ready. Okay, so Israel, with their German-built submarines and their nuclear weaponry, launched with our Tomahawk missiles supplied by the United States, is out here in this waters protecting these oil fields, my guess. And that's where we're going to get to Israel. Now, Israel also has a nuclear reactor in Israel, and it also is a weapons factory where they're making nuclear weapons also. So what's going to happen is, I think, is somebody's going to try to bomb that. Okay? Now, everything's breaking out here. We have to get the American people behind us to get troops in there. We're sending a few troops tonight, 100 and a battleship and some other shit. But we need to really get the troops in there, and they're right here in Jordan. They're ready to get, go right in. And we need troops on the ground so we can start up the war industry and get that going. Because we need to make some money. They're not, using any bullets or bombs. And these guys up there in Washington, the 536 of them, are losing money on their investments, and they need some bucks. And they're going to talk a bunch of poor people into joining the military and be patriotic and go fight these wars. And which brings me to another point: that the people in Iraq are going to the recruiters and wanting to join the army. They're a bunch of idiots, man. They're just a bunch of idiots. They are more brainwashed than the Americans, which are very thoroughly brainwashed because they believe this shit. Okay? That they see on TV. Now, what's going to happen here? You got all this chaos going on, and all this conflict between religions, and these conflicts go back for thousands of years, basically back to the time of Abraham. Who's going to take care of all of it? The poopster, the Pope. Now the Pope's going to step in. What's going to happen is, I believe that somebody is going to try, I don't know if I can get the, here's some headlines here. Pope Francis letter to the Imam, Muslims' prayers in the Vatican, shock and horror. Pope says Israelis, Palestinians must seek peace. Reuters. Pope Francis bringing together imams and rabbis at the Vatican. And it keeps on going on and on and on. Pope Francis unites Israel and Palestinian presidents in and they're praying to Allah and God, and supposedly their God, not Yahweh, the creator God. They don't pray to Yahweh. They're praying to something else. I don't know what it is. And the old popester was at the Wailing Wall, which is a total satanic ritual. You know, with thrusting his groins up there against the wall and leaving a letter, just like the religions of the old days. You know, back in the Babylonian days. And now, so the Pope, what's going to happen is Israel, I think somebody's going to try to attack this reactor in Israel. Or something. They're going to try to attack something. And it's going to fail, but Israel's going to retaliate with nuclear weapons. Limited tactical nuclear weapons. They're not the city-destroying nuclear weapons, just the ones that are just going to mess up everybody's day and spread a lot of radioactive debris and fallout. But they're going to claim there's none, of course. They always do. And they're going to launch somewhere, maybe Lebanon, probably, my guess, Hamas. But they will launch from the ocean, from their German-built submarines, protecting those oil fields out there that everybody wants because they seem to be in everybody else's waters but Israel. But Israel made their own maritime boundaries, so that doesn't matter. Now, and if you border their maritime boundaries, your country's in chaos. Remember I said Turkey is watching this really close. Turkey is not our friend. We have 270 nuclear weapons. Hide, bastard, destroy 10 cities at once nuclear weapons. 270 that they're emitting to, maybe more. Now, I don't know if we can protect those things. I don't know if Turkey could get in there or they have a plan to get in and grab those weapons if they need to. I don't know. We'll see. I know they want to put that missile defense, thing up around here too, but I don't know what's going on with that right now. It's not in the story. But anyway, Turkey does have access to our nuclear weapons. Whether they could get in there and get them before the detonators could be destroyed, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm sure if they could get the weapon, they could deploy it somehow. Now, Israel's going to strike first with the nuclear tactical nukes, but it's going to stop. Probably they're going to screw up some areas really, really bad with these tactical nukes, and then everybody's going to be on like DEFCON 4. Like Russia, China, America, all these nuclear countries, France, England, and they'll be on DEFCON 4, ready to strike. And then the Pope's going to step up. The Popester, he's going to step up, man, and he's going to say, wait. He's going to have these imams with him. He's going to have Joel Osteen with him, and he's going to have a bunch of these TV evangelists, speaking in tongues with him, babbling on like Babylon. There he is, the Popester, and he's going to step up and he's going to say, "Wait, stop! We can't do this. We have to have peace." But in the meantime, he's going to be conniving behind the scenes, and it may be out of his control. But what's going to happen in the end is, somebody is going to, I think, breach this nuclear reactor, this plutonium extraction plant where they make nuclear weapons, warheads, in Israel. And it's well known where it is. It's well known that if somebody had a strategic strike on this weapons plutonium producing factory, that they could basically, nearly all of Israel would be radioactive and have to be evacuated. And that includes Jerusalem. And I believe it will go off, and I believe Jerusalem will be evacuated, and it would probably be too radioactive to go into. And that's what's going to happen. Now, beyond that, I'm going to go into this later. What's going to happen after all this, I'll go into that later. But we got to watch this happen first. The war drums are beaten, and it's all in this area here. And all in this area where where it always is, man. The wars have been starting here for thousands and thousands of years. Over some crazy crap always. It's never anything really It makes a lot of sense when you think about it in the overall timeline of the human existence. But it's always in conflict. And the conflict's going to come to a head. Now Turkey, like I said, they have access to our nuclear weapons. I believe it'll be Turkey that, in the end, probably is going to control this whole area here, including Saudi Arabia. But that's more in the future. Now, but this, what's important, there are these oil fields out here that Israel is determined not to let any of these other countries have any access to whatsoever, not even a penny. Now, when Cyprus was going through their banking problems, they even told the banks, look, we're going to get residual off these oil fields, and Israel said, fuck you, you're not getting shit, and they went under. That's what happened. Turkey is watching this, and they are not happy, I can tell you that right now. Alright, this is Dux, and this is, I don't think I said anything funny, and this is my prophecy video of the future. Duck up.